Hi there, this is going to be my follow-up video of the AudioQuest Jitterbug USB device. This is it here. See my prior video that I posted about a year ago right up here on the top right, but I did want to do a follow-up video because I pretty much swear by this device, and now I have three of these. I have one in my car for when I use the iPhone. I play lossless files in the car. And then I've got one on my main computer, which is an iMac 5K going into my Cord Hugo TT. Then I've got another one on my portable setup, which is the Cord Mojo. Let me show that to you here. This is the Mojo here. And the Mojo has, it comes with its own USB cable here. So what I do for that is I just plug the Jitterbug into it like this. And then I've got the Apple to Lightning USB 3.0 adapter right here, and that will plug into the USB here like that. And then this Lightning will then go into my iPhone, and this is my portable rig. So you can kind of see it here. It's a little bit of a bulky setup because you've got this extra piece here, but the improvements are definitely something that I can hear and are definitely something that are quite audible. Basically what the AudioQuest Jitterbug does is it reduces digital glare and digititis and makes your digital signal sound more analog, and it's something I really definitely notice. It's also something that Rob Watts, who is the designer of Cord DACs, likes. He says that he basically likes the Jitterbug. And one of the things technically that he says that I've read in some of his posts on the forums, Rob Watts says that anytime you put something in the USB line and it makes it sound a little bit darker, that's actually good. That's actually more accurate. What has happened is people have gotten too used to a digital signal having a little bit of digital glare, and they think it's better, or they think it sounds good. But actually, if you install some kind of a digital improvement or USB improvement device and it makes the signal initially sound a little bit darker, that's actually more accurate according to Rob Watts. And that's definitely something that I noticed with the AudioQuest Jitterbug. It makes the signal sound just a little bit more smooth, a little bit more analog. And, subsequently that's basically less digital glare. So I basically swear by the AudioQuest Jitterbug now. I really like it. For the price, it's only about 50 bucks or so. And it's not something that was developed just arbitrarily by AudioQuest. They actually put some thought and engineering into it. They actually hired Gordon Rankin, who's a digital audio insider or veteran. He actually founded a company called Wavelength Audio. So some of you may have heard of him if you are in the sort of digital audiophile world. So they hired Gordon Rankin to basically develop the Jitterbug, and then they also hired somebody by the name of Garth Powell. Actually, he was over at Furman, and for those of you who know the pro audio world, Furman is pretty much the name in power conditioners and things like that for the pro audio world. So they hired Garth Powell over, and now he works at AudioQuest. And he's developing, his own line of AudioQuest power conditioners and things like that called the Niagara now. But basically, Garth Powell and Gordon Rankin designed and developed the AudioQuest Jitterbug. So it's not something that was just designed arbitrarily. Again, a lot of thought and engineering went into it. And it really does make a difference. I pretty much swear by it now, and that's why I'm doing this follow-up video, because I've been using it over the past year or so, and I've been really happy with the sound that it provides. It just gives a nice, more analog sound to your digital setup. And the degree to which you're going to hear a difference is going to vary depending on how good your system is. For instance, I would say in a cheaper system that has a crappier USB transceiver in the DAC, this can help more. So for instance, in my car, I really noticed a big difference. The sound really greatly improved a lot in my car. Whereas on my home setup, on the Cord, Hugo TT and all that, I did notice a difference, but it was definitely more subtle because, that setup already has a very good USB, system, USB transceiver. In the Cord Hugo TT, for example, that I have, the USB is actually galvanically isolated and stuff like that, and it's just optimized. So the improvements that I hear by putting the Jitterbug into that system. While are still there, they're just a little bit more subtle than putting it into like a crappier system or something. But I definitely notice a difference. So anyway, I pretty much swear by this now, and I think it's a really good device for about $50. Doesn't require any kind of external power or anything. You just put it in line in your USB, and that's all you really need to do. Now, AudioQuest does say that if you have extra USB ports that aren't being used, you can buy more than one of these and plug those into those ports to help you even further. I think the returns on that are going to be quite diminishing. I have not tried that myself, but mainly because I don't have extra USB ports, or anything like that. But I've mainly only used this inline and have had good results with it that way. So I haven't tried it, any other way. Here's the box that it comes in, and you can see it says Jitterbug, USB data and power noise filter, dual discrete noise dissipation circuits, reduces the noise and ringing that plague both the data and power lines of USB ports, measurably reduces jitter and packet errors, improves dynamic contrast, warmth, and resolution. So this not only separates the audio signal from the USB power, but it also improves the signal as well and reduces jitter and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, this has been my follow-up video on the AudioQuest Jitterbug. For pricing and availability, check the description field, and for me this is a no-brainer at the price being charged. It definitely helps quite a bit in my opinion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, and as always, for community discussion, see the comments field.